isn't easy. Every day, I think about the people who've placed their trust in me. There are tough days and decisions that weigh heavily. But those moments remind me why I serve. Because every face, every story reminds me who I'm fighting for. Leadership isn't about power. It's about people. It's about staying true to your values even when the path is hard. I made a promise to listen, to serve, and to stand with you, not just in the good times, but through every challenge we face.
I know we'll be alright. I will stay with you. Ooh.
With Smart Submit, say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience. Don't waste time on risk errors submitting C3 forms to the NIC. Go online. Submit your NIC C3 forms from anywhere at any time. It's simple, convenient, and secure. Smart Submit is the smart choice. Still doing it the old way? Maybe it's time to wake up. Make the smart choice with Smart Submit, the smarter way to submit your C3 form. Visit us online at www.stlucianic.org for more information. NIC, for the benefit of us all.
U.S. Polo Association is celebrating 15 years in St. Lucia. Our anniversary sale is here with amazing savings for men, ladies, and kids. Shop polos, denims, dresses, shoes, and more. All at the prices you love. Celebrate with us at U.S. Polo Association, Baywalk Mall, and Castries stores and enjoy authentic style for the entire family. 2 stores, 1 iconic brand, and 15 years of fashion you love. The celebration starts October 15th only at U.S. Polo Association. Live authentic.
Last year, boy, problems to get shipment of tiles in time for Christmas. This year, Island Style has enough tiles in stock to cover the whole of St. Lucia. And with our Christmas sale starting now, every tile is on sale. Island Style has massive stock, the widest variety, and the very best sale prices on quality tiles. And natural stone in St. Lucia. Great deals on beautiful bathroom faucets, vanities and fixtures, tiling tools and accessories. Don't fall for no gimmicks anywhere else. Island Style's annual Christmas sale is unbeatable. Tiles for miles. Deals as far as the eye can see. Start your car, ride your bike, hop on a bus, and hurry down to Island Style Town and Back now. Castries, Rodney and Viewful. Check Facebook for more details.
Ho, ho, ho! And what would you like for Christmas?
A paint tough enough for my messy grandkids. Perfect color matching for my living room.
Paint that covers in fewer coats.
A finish that stands up to sun and rain.
Ho, ho, ho! Harris has you covered. I hide in washable, stain-resistant paints that last in any color. Now up to 30% off.
Plus, visit championsofcolor.com for a chance to win one of 300 free gallons of Harris New Ultima Advanced Formula. No purchase required.
Ho, ho, ho! Now, all I want for Christmas is Harris Paints.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos?
Boy, that Simos makes you score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsissimos? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsissimos is full of natural goodness your body needs. Simos is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. Simos is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prale.
And that's what they say about Fruitsissimos. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsissimos, you know what they say.
Under the UWP, horses had a better home than our human patients. St. Jude Hospital sat unfinished for years while Chasney poured millions into a racetrack. The St. Lucia Labour Party fixed that. St. Jude is now complete. Universal health care is finally a reality. Don't gamble your health on Chasney and the UWP. On December 1st, vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and welcome to Stress Free Lettre Wednesday. It's hump day, folks. We're getting over that hump. I am your host, the man Boo2, aka my government name, Miguel Fevrier. You may know me from your TV screens, and if you don't, it's all good. How are you all doing this afternoon? How are you doing? I hope you're all doing well. Let me say shout out to our Facebook soldiers. First of all, our Facebook soldiers, and starting with our boy, the official Facebook usher, the man 1 pound Hippolyte, and he says, Simarcia, and we say, hey, good afternoon to you, my brother. And he's shouting out our loyal soldiers, Shakira, Red Salad, good afternoon to you, Team RCI, hey, Shakira Constantine, Zara, Drama Queen, Augustine, Anna Roseanne, and Money, Doodle Darling, Mara. Mara, you here yet? Imara, are you on St. Lucia as yet? Black Manokulien, Kelvin, Charles, Mazoon, Philip, Roche, Mark, Kendra, J. Bellas, Della D. Val, Amanda Charles, Sugar, Dins, William, Philip, Philo, Lanika Batiste, Nikisha, Winter. How are you doing? Tara Esba, my brother Iwa Rankin. How you doing, my darling? How you doing, my brother? I have to call you my darling because you're full of love. And darling, when we say darling, we talk about love. But let's just say, folks, don't take it the wrong way. This man is a darling of a person. Iwa Rankin, my mentor. Now, folks, before I continue with the shout outs, we have a few changes here. Just for today, we have a little issue with our WhatsApp there for the time, folks. We have a little issue with our WhatsApp. So, in the meantime, I'm allowing you need to message or call my WhatsApp, one of my WhatsApps, 725-1700. That's 725-1700. And for those of you, our folks of you who are overseas, remember the prefix is 758. 725-1700. Let me say that once again. You can either call our number 452-3046 or our current WhatsApp line, which is my number, 725-1700. We have a little bit of an issue with our WhatsApp here at RCI. That's a 724-0008 number. So in the meantime, if you want to call, if you're overseas and you want to call, and you have a message to contribute to today's Lettre, please call 725-1700. Imagine I give you all my number. Let's continue with the shout outs because we have no WhatsApp shout outs right now. So, hey, my brother Kelvin has arrived. Team RCI, hey, big up Migs. Good afternoon. Big up to you, my brother. Nadia Furley, morning. What part of the world are you in, my darling? You're saying morning. It's good afternoon, but hey, good afternoon. She says, Iwa Rankin, we miss you, and endless hugs. And Nadia, come and give me them hugs. I will pass it on to Iwa, yeah? Yeah. Imara, good day, y'all. The bestest program is on. Hey, Siobhan, good afternoon to you, my brother. Hey. Boy, y'all listening. You know how they listening fast? They listening fast. Northwest is locked in. Winsburg, Mark, Josh, TK, Isaac, and Yellow. And y'all sent it on the WhatsApp 725-1700. My brother Siobhan Mondaisy, good afternoon to you, my brother. Remind you, folks, my number is 725-1700. In the absence of a working WhatsApp for RCI right now, you can send those messages or call our WhatsApp line. Well, our WhatsApp line for today is mine. Gripper Greg, my brother, good afternoon to you. Hey, what's happening? Nigella Joseph, my family, Mark, he says, okay, family, I'm here waiting on the Lettre. In the meantime, I will start sharing with my WhatsApp and messenger contacts. You are right, my brother. Right now, I'm about to share the live. So share the live. You go onto Facebook and even on YouTube, and you look for Radio Caribbean International. On Facebook, it's the official page of Radio Caribbean International, and Lettre is live. And please share it. I'm about sharing it on my Facebook page as well. And if you want to follow me, it's Miguel Evelyn Fevrier. Yep. Come on, share the live, folks. Saying good afternoon to our service providers, Lucilec, Wasco. Thanks for not cutting me off. Digicel Flow, good afternoon to you, my folks over there. Our financial institutions, all the banks, all the credit unions, all the bus drivers from the north to the south, passing east, passing west, passing southeast, passing southwest, south. What are we going? Northwest, everywhere. Big up all of you. Leclerc drivers, big up all of you. Folks. Now, let me tell you something. One party launched their manifesto on Sunday. One launched their manifesto last night. Folks, it is my civic duty to inform you of your civic duty. Go out. We only have 4 less than 5 days left to go out on December 1st, folks. Go place that X by the party who you believe represents the best interests of you, St. Lucians, and your children, your brothers and sisters, your friends. Just go out and place that X. Y'all know where I voted. I'm not going to say that. Y'all know me. Y'all know where I voted. But folks, take a look at the manifestos and make an informed decision on what you believe is best for you and your family and your friends and the future. I will not say anything more than that. Anaya, good afternoon to you, my darling. Fleur de Lis, Migs, good afternoon. Hello. Yes, folks. Yep. Boy, £1 say he waiting for the election letter next week. Boy, which one? The GoPro or the one for Euphoria, the orgasmic letter? Which one? One party will have a GoPro. One party will be having multiple orgasmic feelings for their country. I do not know who it will be, but I'm telling you, folks, make the right choice. Let me say good afternoon to you. Who is this? It's Chocolate Brownie. Good afternoon, Team RCI. Hey, she is locked in. Good afternoon to you, my darling. Remind you, folks, the number is 725-1700. Rochelle Regis, good afternoon to you. Hey, RCI. Good afternoon. Share more, share. Team RCI. Hey. Mara, Imara, are you here yet? Are you there yet? You come already? Not yet? Hurry up, baby girl. Time is running out. You need to go stain your finger and place that X where you want to place it, where you feel is best for you. Who else we have shouted out yet? All the government offices, all the public servants right now. Good afternoon to all of you. Sending you much love from us over here at Team RCI. How you doing, folks? I hope you all had a good weekend. I'm going to say it again. I had a great weekend. I had a wonderful weekend. Bigging up all the folks and all the construction workers right now on the road on the various construction sites listening to Lettre. Good afternoon to you. £1. What hoodoo? £1. Tell me what hoodoo? What are you asking? What are you asking me, brother? You want to know what Mara do? You want to know what Mara do? Ask Mara. She just come down. Or did she? Folks, right here, the letter today. I asked the question last week. What would you do? How would you react? What steps would you take? What measures would you take if you learned or you suspected that your spouse has been secretly poisoning you? What would you do if you suspected or you found out that your spouse was secretly poisoning you? The time is now 3:21 p.m. We have just under 10 minutes, under 9 minutes right now till we get to our break and we get into our letter. I know you're excited. You're excited. £1. I asked if she come already. If she come down. Has she come down? Say shout out to all the folks, all the parents picking up their children from school. Now, let me say something. As we want children, let's say, as we in the silly season there, much has been said about the children They say this one say in support of this party on nomination day and this. Folks, we need to teach civics in our schools. First of all, let me just say this. It needs to come back. Teach the children the importance of the democratic process and your right to vote, folks. You need to teach your children that. And personally, I have seen nothing. Whether the children, the teachers and the principals allow the children to go out and observe what's happening. In many cases, the the nomination venues or stations were in the vicinity of proximity of many schools around the island, and the children partaking in the process or in terms of observing. Why not? Whether they for Flabo, Labor, Nobo, let the children understand what's going on. That's a teachable moment, folks. That's a teachable moment. This is the time for the teachers to tell them, okay, this is the nomination process. It usually occurs just about a week or so before the election. And this is what happens. They need to come to the nomination center where you have 5 or 6 folks to nominate them and they pay their deposits. This is what we have to do. And the children will reflect what they heard their parents saying. They have no principals or teachers telling them to go and support Labor and say we vote in Labor or we vote in Flabo and this and that. Folks, let the children be. They are a reflection of us and what they see us and hear us saying. Let them get to understand and know the process from early. The children will always latch on to what they're hearing and they will jump up. As long as it's not in any criminal mindset, folks. Not in any criminal mindset. Let the children enjoy the democratic process. And that is not in support of any party or the other folks. We have an important decision to make. And I will not tell you where to vote. Just make the right choice. Look within your heart. Look around you. See what your people need. See what they're getting. See what they're not getting. And make your decision based on that. That's all I have to say about that. It's stress-free Lettre Wednesday. Let's not bring on the stress of elections. Let's not bring. But folks, less than a week to go. Either way it happened, I'm going to be partying like a rock star. Decentville, good afternoon to you, my darling. Welcome to Team RCI's Lettre. As always, you are here. Uwive. D says she go poison him too, eh? What goes around comes around. Zara, welcome. Kelvin say, I say that person is a rat or a mouse because I know that's how you get rid of them in your house. Shake my head. Some human beings are so wicked. Brother, you need to watch 48 Hours documentary or New Detectives or Murder She Solved. Mind you, folks, that Lettre is brought to you over by our friends over at Fruitsy Seamos in the community of Prale. Shout out to you, Mr. Fevrier. My darling, over in the UK, the woman who has raised a very, very humble, respectful, and talented young man in the name of Canister Revere. Anissa Solomon, good afternoon to you, Anissa. What happened? It's 7:30 over in the UK. You preparing dinner? I want some shepherd's pie. Y'all know just now, in a few months will be a year since I've been doing Lettre. Time passing so quickly, man. I'll be a year older, a year grayer. And you'll be a year later full of row. Rankin, Gasa, send me a message, man, Rankin. What happened? Send me a message, man. Send a message. I know you're locked in, Gasa. I know you're locked in. Saying good afternoon to Nia. Good afternoon, beautiful. How are you? Remind you, folks, the number is 725-1700 for the WhatsApp. That is my number. We have a little issue with our WhatsApp number right now, so we need to have a substitute because we want to hear from you. We have a little under a minute left before we take our break and get into that letter.
My girl, you know what they say about fruitissimo, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about fruitissimo?
My girl, you know what they say about fruitissimo?
Boy, that Simos makes me score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about fruitissimo? Apart from tasting great, fruitissimo is full of natural goodness your body needs. Simos is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. Simos is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prale.
And that's what they say about fruitissimo. Unless you say something else.
Fruitissimo, you know what they say.
I am the INCID. It's about me, my country, and my family. I am the INCID. CIP is a brilliant plan. Invest in us, be one of us. I see the progress across the land, boy. Of the citizenship, my investment program. I am the INCID. It's about me. I am the INCID. It's about me. I am the INCIP. It's about me. Our citizenship by investment program.
U.S. Polo Association is celebrating 15 years in St. Lucia. Our anniversary sale is here with amazing savings for men, ladies, and kids. Shop polos, denims, dresses, shoes, and more. All at the prices you love. Celebrate with us at U.S. Polo Association, Baywalk Mall and Castries stores and enjoy authentic style for the entire family. 2 stores, 1 iconic brand, and 15 years of fashion you love. The celebration starts October 15th only at U.S. Polo Association. Live authentically.
Tired of sky-high bills and a planet on the brink? It's time to go green without burning your pockets. At First National Bank, we are here to make saving the planet affordable. Whether you're installing solar panels, purchasing a water tank, upgrading to an inverter AC, or buying a hybrid vehicle, we've got the green to help you go green. Fast approval, low interest rates, and Mother Nature approved. Your future self will thank you. Visit firstnationalbankonline.com or call 455-7000 for more information to help you turn your green dreams into clean realities. First National Bank, here for you.
Mommy, Daddy, let's go have some fun!
The kids' brunch bounces into Katie Gardens, Rodney Bay on Sunday, December 14th from 12 to 6. Bouncy castles, yummy treats, music and games, fun for everyone!
Tickets at the Cell Outlets and your school's principal's office. Parents, relax in our adults-only zone with great food, drinks, and music.
See you at the Kids Brunch December 14th. Food, fun, and family waiting just for you. Brought to you by Kumase Events. So you know it's going to be fun, fun, fun.
Tous les jours, femme cette ici qui baille tout ça yo pay pour famille yo, commune yo, et puis pour achieve web yo. Malgré ça, cancer tété qu'a demandé trop la vie. Actuellement, cette ici qui a fait l'histoire. Pour première fois au pays, nous avons une technologie qui est bien moderne. Pour examiner tété, ça veut dire 3D mammography. Banque mondiale pour tirer nous et puis cadeau ça là, passer pour programme secteur santé. Ces machines ça là, c'est yogo démarche qui a poussé d'ouvrir bonne santé pour tout le monde. Et puis service ça là, c'est pour rien. Ça c'est Universal Health Coverage. Femme qui a l'année de l'âge et puis ça qui plus grand. Et puis ça qui plus jeune. Si vous avez grand danger, ça joint service ça là qui a sauvé la vie. Place pour sortir comme nous, ça veut dire Wellness Center, c'est le premier pas. Visitez Place sortir comme nous pour vous renvoyer. Identifier bonnet et sauver la vie. Examination mammogramme, pas qu'à écouter ou dessous. Sortir pour tout le monde.
Look on the brighter side. Caribbean LED lighting.
Did you know lumens measures the brightness of a bulb? More lumens means brighter light. Caribbean LED lighting gives you longer lasting LED lighting that's even brighter.
Caribbean LED lighting. Look on the brighter side.
Caribbean LED Lighting St. Lucia Incorporated, located on the ground floor of the Shoreline Building, Vidbutai Castries. Visit our showroom or call us at 452-9022 or 452-9021 for all your LED decorative and outdoor lighting solutions. Check out our webpage, www.caribbeanledlighting.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Lettre with me, your host, Butu Miguel Fevrier. And it's stress-free Lettre Wednesday, folks, and we're going to get straight into the letter. Good afternoon to Sandy Sandra. She says, greetings, Team RCI. Hey, love and appreciate all of you. Stay safe. Much love from Sandy Sandra. Greetings to my brother Iowa Rankin. Speedy recovery. Stay blessed. Love always from Sandy Sandra. Big up Gideon Fede, aka Giddy. Positive. Perfect love, Sandy. Lots of love from Sandy. All right, folks. And we are going to go straight into our letter. Miwak Noir, good afternoon to you. Welcome, Facebook Soldier, always locked in. All right, folks. So remember, the question was, Lance, how are you, Shabinla? You in Lucia already? Are you here? All right, folks. So going straight into the letter. And remember, the question was last week was, what would you do if you learned that your spouse, your girlfriend, your boyfriend has been poisoning you? All right, so let's get into the letter. It reads, Dear Migs, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing because I am facing an extremely painful and confusing situation, and I truly need your advice. I have been married for over 30 years, and during that time, my wife has been a remarkable partner. One of the things I've always admired most about her is her incredible skill in the kitchen. Her cooking is so exceptional that it led to the creation of a very successful restaurant chain. I've always been proud of her talent and dedication. Recently, however, I went for a routine medical checkup, and the results left me shaken. My doctor found unusually high levels of arsenic in my blood. He asked me to bring samples of the foods I regularly eat, and after testing them, he presented me with clear evidence suggesting that my wife may be the one responsible for the contamination. I cannot begin to explain how devastating this has been. The thought that the person I have trusted for decades, the woman I built a life with, could be harming me is most unbearable. I am torn between going to the police and reporting what seems to be a serious crime or confronting her directly and trying to understand how and why this could be happening. At the same time, I say this with shame and confusion. The idea of her being imprisoned and the possibility of never. Let me go this again. At the same time, I say this with shame and confusion. The idea of her being imprisoned and the possibility of never tasting her cooking again leaves me even more conflicted. I do not know if I am thinking clearly or if shock and fear are clouding my judgment. This situation is pulling me in two opposite directions and I feel completely lost. Should I confront her? Should I go straight to the authorities? Is there some other approach I am not seeing? I would be grateful for your honest guidance on what steps I should take next. Thank you for taking time to listen. Now, here's the one thing I will say, that certain elements of this has changed to protect the both the writer and their spouse. The element of a fast food chain for 30 years or whatever, that's been changed so as to not identify the person, among other things. So essentially, just so we get it right, we are dealing with a situation here where a man fell ill. He believes he has been poisoned by his wife. He loves her cooking. They have a business together, but he wants to know what to do. He feels conflicted. Should he go to the police? Should he confront her? Mara says, well, how side piece sweet, so Mara? She says, he sure is this his wife? Does he have a side piece? And she says, if so, let me get, if so, if he does, he needs to look at those side pieces also. One Pound believes that the gentleman should go to the police. Blackman says the poison is definitely working, because why are you even questioning whether he should contact law enforcement? Lancy says she's confused too. And Mara says side pieces ain't got nothing to lose. Well, if you give me a side piece from KFC, they have a lot to lose. It's skin, even the bones it losing, and the marrow too. All right, folks. So essentially, our situation is a gentleman believes that he has been poisoned by his spouse. And remind you, the numbers to call are 452-3046. And for today, my WhatsApp number, 725-1700. That's 725-1700. Let me read this letter again. And I strongly believe that letter didn't originate from St. Lucia. I strongly believe so. Because there is no way a man go put out certain information there and send us a letter. And the information that we changed, I'm going to put that out there and people will believe the man, woman poisoning him. Sim says, my question would be, is the life insurance over $1 million that she got to gain the money if you're dead? Is it only a million? You haven't watched those crime documentaries where people have $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 to gain from life insurance, and they're killing the people just for that. Blackman says, I'm more interested in knowing why his wife would poison him. What brought it to that point? Good question. Good. Because he never says whether he's been a good husband. He says things have been nice between them, but has he really been a good husband? Did the wife find out something that he wouldn't want her to otherwise find out? And that is why she appears to have been reacting to the news, or reacting. And in fact, first of all, let me state unequivocally that poison or any attempt to kill anybody is wrong. I don't think I need to say that. No one needs to tell you that it's wrong. But like Blackman says, you have to understand or look into what may be the driving force behind that. Saying good afternoon to my brother Jonathan K. Gerard. He says somebody poison you and he's on Lettre. You coming? Good point as well. Not to ridicule our writer, but he says, partner, you're serious and you're worried about not getting her food if she goes to jail. Big back ton. Big back ton. If she's doing that, Kelvin, Flawless ring in the undergarment in the soup too. He is getting poisoned that way too. LOL. Sim says some women are too greedy for money. I think change that to people. I think a lot of people are just greedy for money. And if that really is a situation that occurred, my brother, I'll give you my advice later. But I think the advice might reflect that of everybody else under the live and those who may call 725-1700 or 452-3046. Folks, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break in just about 30 seconds, and then we're going to get back. I may read that letter again and remind you that the numbers to call are 452-3046 on WhatsApp 725-1700. What would you do if you learned that your spouse has tried to poison you? Arsenic poison. Where did arsenic come from, folks? Where did arsenic come from? You're watching documentaries. Those of you that watch those documentaries, tell me where they can get arsenic poisoning. Where they can get arsenic to poison someone in their juice and thing. Folks, remind you, Let Light is brought to you by our friends over at Fruitsy CMOS. You know what they say.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
Boy, that CMOS makes me score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsy CMOS? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsy CMOS is full of natural goodness your body needs. CMOS is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. CMOS is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prale.
And that's what they say about Fruitsy CMOS. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsy CMOS, you know what they say. Jingle all the way with Blue Water St. Lucia Limited. Buy $10 worth of Tampico, Cran Water, Angostura Chill, Stamina Energy Drink, Cran Sparkling Water, and Blue Water's 1.5 liter at all Massey stores and outlets nationwide. Mix and match for a chance to win. Third prize, $300 worth of Food Express vouchers. Second prize, $500 worth of Massey vouchers. And the first prize, a 55-inch smart TV. Promotion runs from November 8th to December 28th, 2025 and is approved by the National Lotteries Authority. Blue Waters, the powerhouse for exciting and wholesome beverages.
Mango is making this summer cool again with this annual summer cool down sale. Enjoy savings of up to 60% off and more on everything store-wide, including ladies' casual and work tops, work pants and skirts, ladies' long and three-quarter jeans, track pants and more, up to 60% off. Men's dry fit and regular t-shirts, sleeveless, polos and work shirts, up to 60% off. Men's sweaters and hoodies, work pants, long and three-quarter jeans and ripped jeans, up to 60% off. Men's cargo and beach shorts, you guessed it, up to 60% off. It's the biggest summer cool down sale of the year. Save 60% off and more at Mango now until stocks last. Sale starts September 28th.
It's the hurricane season again, and we need no reminder of just how bad things can get. Protect your precious possessions by insuring your home, contents, car, boat, and business with Nagico. Backed by some of the world's largest and strongest reinsurers, Nagico has an impressive claim settlement track record, having handled over 20 major hurricanes and even volcanic eruptions since 1982. Nagico has paid over $500 million to Hurricane Irma and Maria claimants so far. Choose strength. Choose reliability. Choose Nagico Insurances. Fast, fair, and always there.
If I win $400,000, oh, you'll know.
There'll be signs, celebrations, the works. Don't say I didn't warn you. The Super 6 jackpot is over $400,000. You can't afford to miss.
This Christmas season, digital in the mix. Papa Pay is giving out the best gifts. Every week, more winners, more picks. 3 grand prize winners get bills paid in 2026. Hey! Christmas with Digicel brings better deals, savings and joy that everyone feels. Superior service that truly fulfills, and the chance to have Papa pay your bills. Spreading love, Digicel. Who's making smiles? Digicel. Who paying bills? Digicel. Who's the best? Digicel. Christmas with Digicel brings better deals, savings and joy that everyone feels. Superior service that truly fulfills, and the chance to have Papa pay your bills.
Digicel, real connections, real rewards.
This Christmas, SMJ Beverages and Lumnus Distributors wants you to sit, celebrate, and win big. Enjoy your favorite SMJ drinks: Fruta, Classic Ginger Ale, Cool Kids, Turbo Energy, and more, for a chance to win up to $10,000 in cash. Available at participating outlets: Glass Supermarket, CPJ, Marcy Stores, and Ultramart Island-wide. Grab yours today and enter to sip, celebrate, and win big this Christmas. SMJ, bringing the flavor, fun, and festive cheer. Distributed by Lumnut Distributors Limited. This promotion has been approved by the St. Lucia National Lotteries Authority.
Mommy, Daddy, let's go have some fun! The kids' brunch bounces into Katie Gardens, Rodney Bay on Sunday, December 14th from 12 to 6. Bouncy castles, yummy treats, music and games, fun for everyone.
Tickets at the Cell Outlets and your school's principal's office. Parents, relax in our adults-only zone with great food, drinks, and music.
See you at the Kids Brunch December 14th. Food, fun, and family waiting just for you. Brought to you by Kumase Events. So you know it's going to be fun, fun, fun.
Remember when Alan Shastney's UWP crashed our economy? National debt soared, jobs vanished, businesses collapsed. They borrowed and wasted hundreds of millions and left St. Lucia broke.
We have no more money.
But in 2021, we said enough. Philip J. Pierre and the St. Lucia Labour Party turned things around. Debt is down. Unemployment is at record lows. And for the first time ever, workers have a decent minimum wage. Don't let the United Workers' Party wreck it again. Keep St. Lucia working on December 1st. Vote the St. Lucia Labour Party.
The countdown for the holidays has already begun, and everything you need to redecorate your home for Christmas is available from today at Casabella. Up to 60% off. Blenders and electric kettles, AM, FM radios, and a wide variety of kitchenware. Up to 60% off. Plates and non-stick pans, baking dishes, 4-piece dining set, mugs, glasses, and more. Up to 60% off. Bluetooth speakers for any occasion. Fans, a wide variety of chairs and stools, bins, and lots more. It's our pre-Christmas blowout sale. Shop now and save up to 60% off on all houseware and home appliances. Only at Casabella, located in Castries and Baywalk Mall, Rodney Bay. Sale starts October 24th.
And we are back with Lettre for today, Wednesday, November 26, 2025. It's the last Wednesday of this month of November, and we're heading into December. Y'all ready for Christmas? Are you guys ready for Christmas? Let me give a little plug to the Barbados Secondary School, who having a solo Barbono X Secret Solo Band. That's Friday, November 28th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Guest performances by Bronx and Mata and more. eats and drinks will be on sale. Go and support the school children, my people. Go and support the children at the Barbano Secondary School on Friday, November 28th, 2025 at 6 p.m. You're talking about Solo Ababo, a secret solo band. Guest performances by Bronx, and Mata, and there will be eats and drinks on sale. Our Facebook soldiers are giving us some comments there today, but let me look at the WhatsApp. Remind you folks that you can call or message my WhatsApp number. Our WhatsApp at RCI is giving a little bit of trouble. The 724-0008. It's 725-1700. And we have a comment from a Mayo. He says, I think he should go to the police to give them a heads up and evidence. But before they approach her, I think he should talk to her just to see her reaction to it. If he knows his wife, hopefully he will know if she is behaving suspicious. And there's some comments on the Facebook Live which has prompted me to do some research. But let me read them, and I will go and get you some of the findings of what I looked at, which makes for a good discussion. Kelvin says, if she's doing that flawless ring, we got that comment already. Okay, Lancy says, why would the woman try to poison you? What he did wrong? Is there life insurance he doesn't know about? One parent is asking, did you cheat and she stayed? Anissa says, maybe he's cheating and brings the food to his side piece, so it's not for him, it's for the side piece. LOL. Rochelle says, why did you know you're getting poisoned already? I will eat somewhere else. I would eat someplace else. Mara says, mate is a weak jellyback. Straight. Blackman says, passion fruit juice with a twist, aka Gramazone and ice. We see that I don't joke around them things. Anissa says it's possible, and which is the point I wanted to get to. It's possible that the water she's using is contaminated and she isn't aware of it. So you need to speak to her. Yeah. The question is, can you get arsenic poisoning by accident? Which is a great question. And it says, yes, you can get arsenic poisoning by accident through various means, such as ingesting contaminated food or water, exposure to pesticides, or industrial and occupational contact. Accidental poisonings can be a result of environmental contamination or the use of traditional remedies. And we're going to common accidental causes. And when they talk about contaminated water and food, it says arsenic can leach from bedrock into well water, and it can also contaminate food through contaminated soil or water used for irrigation. Eating food cooked in contaminated water is a risk. Here's one. Do you get water from your wells? Is it from the pipes? Industrial and occupational exposure. People working in industries such as glass manufacturing, smelting, or pesticide production may be exposed to arsenic. Household and environmental sources. Exposure can happen through contact with arsenic-treated wood or inhaling smoke and dust from burning treated wood. Certain folk medicines, and here we are, many of us or some of us are into our natural remedies, and I'm not saying that these are the causes, but they do list it as a possible cause. It says certain folk medicines and products, some traditional remedies or consumer products may contain arsenic, leading to accidental poisoning. And it says pesticides and herbicides, which we know are commonly used in agriculture. It said accidental ingestion or inhalation can occur if children or others come into contact with arsenic containing pesticides or herbicides. And of course, there's acute versus chronic. And we do have a caller. Let's see if we can take that call. Good afternoon, Lettre.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, my brother? How are you?
Hey, there, everything good there?
I good for now.
No, yeah, just checking on you because I know last time you see I was going to talk to you about something. I hope you will do a frying pan.
You saw? Sorry, how you say? You are going to do what? Talk to my wife? Oh!
I said the last time you were going to talk to your wife about something I tell you.
Boy, let me give you a joke. You know, I reach home. I never ask the question. But my mother-in-law calling my wife every night. They on the phone talking. In fact, at least what I'm that. My mother-in-law called her and she say, "Your husband have something to ask you." Mom, you listening now? Mom, good afternoon to you. Kato, Octave, good afternoon to you.
Very good.
Yeah, man. What's your take on
All
this
right.
story there?
Okay, let me tell you. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Now, I do not know how long the man and the woman, his and his wife together. We don't know.
We don't.
Do they say how long?
Not at all. He didn't even say if there was. He said that the relationship was good. He never say anything about if they had any problems or what the cause of the problems were.
Okay. Number two, the guy, any wife wanted to kill me did long already.
Agreed.
He did long already. Something wrong with Smith. Me thinking like maybe it's something and he gets sick and he thinking it's the wife, whatever.
Do you think it's one of those things?
If have to be dead, me dead long already.
Do you think it's similar to one of those things when people end up sick or something happen and they say somebody that put a yes or put something on them?
No, of course, that's what I was going to put there. Look like me do something to the wife, and he afraid to eat the wife food. He afraid.
But the man say he love the food and he want to eat more.
Huh?
The man say he love the food, and what's killing him, he want to eat more.
But he's eating it in a way. So it looks like the wife maybe cooking the best food now. So when a woman knows something, they do anything in the power to give it to you.
That's true.
To make your conscience beat you until you talk. So if men have to come out and write in a letter and said how long they together, what he do to the wife, well, that's what the wife making him feel like that. So right now he doesn't have to make up his mind what to do.
Now, as you say that, so if he's saying now the doctors officially found arsenic in his blood, do you subscribe to the theory that it may have been accidental, maybe through maybe the water that they use, the pots, like someone mentioned earlier, the pots on the pans.
I'm telling you straight off. If the wife want to kill the meat, the wife will do that already.
But if the doctor say he getting poison, that's the problem. The doctor say the man said the doctor say that there is arsenic in his blood.
Hello, Sophie may do something somewhere. The wife will do nothing to the man. So okay. He felt sick and he went to the doctor and making things that the wife want to do that.
So Carl, let me ask you. So if let's just say, forget the man and you think it's all in his head and he may have done something and he figure. Let's just say if you find yourself in that situation and the doctor tell you that he found traces of arsenic in your blood and someone may be trying to poison you, and you think, okay, let's not say you think, but if all indications point to your wife, how would you deal with that situation?
First thing I go do, I'll go and tell the doctor says they will not clean my blood. I'll show the result, everything. And according to her reaction too, I might wonder what's going on. I might start watching things now. But the man should know what he eating, what I'm messing around, because if I poison in the blood, it's for how long? The blood is how long? It might be there for, if it's for a year, if I poison your system for a year, my brother, or how many years you your wife, something wrong with you. But he need to sit down with his wife and talk to her. See what's going on.
Well, you say what he eating, but according to the comments, it might be who he eating too.
Not the wife put alone eating. Not the wife put alone eating.
Yeah.
Made it to do a research around. And make a 3 point and see what's going on somewhere else.
So look at our comments there. Imara says both Imara and Lancy says he should try another doctor. What do you think?
I think so too. Go to a second doctor and a third doctor.
Not a bush doctor, a real doctor.
A real doctor, not a bush doctor. Real, go to a doctor. Pay your money and go to a proper doctor.
Yes, I.
Body scan everything on you guys. Yeah, man.
Anything to add as you go?
No, man. That's all I want to say. And then don't talk to sit down and talk to his wife. That's what's going on.
Let me tell you something. Caller, honestly, I believe that story. I tell you straight, I believe that story.
Me neither.
I believe that story. Exactly. No. If your wife want to kill you, she kill you already. You paranoid.
Long time.
But the other thing say, you never heard that one. I heard they say before they can put, if you put a little bit of sand. Now me say I don't tell you all go and try that.
Not sand, boy.
You put sand over time or cement or whatever.
No, the cement in dumpling.
I never heard that one.
That's why them guys is good at that, you know.
Me say, folks, don't try this at home.
Don't say that.
Don't try this at home. But I've heard those things. I've heard people say.
You know, those serious things.
Over time.
The dumpling and the cement just mess you up. Bad. Killing you straight.
The cement, they're making concrete in your stomach there.
That's correct. And let's eat up instead of you.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much for calling. Thank you. I appreciate your contribution. Bless up, my brother. Yeah, man. All right, folks. Here's what the contributor. The man say that if your wife want to kill you, you're done there already. You're done there. What you think, folks? You think so? Let me see what the comments say. Remind you, folks, the number is 725-72. Boy, I forget my number. 725-1700. You know when you're trying to multitask? You're trying to multitask and thing. Try and type and talk. You can't type and talk. All right. So let's go to our Facebook soldiers. Like I said, Lancy says the wife could be innocent. Try another doctor. Maybe. Maybe. Is your doctor male or female? That's the next question. All possibilities considered. Mara says the doctor sure he needs to go to another doctor. Blackman asking for permission for a lawsuit. Dulu says she seems to ring mysterious things in the pot. Did he really ring the really ring the did he ring in the macaroni pie to make the man say I do? Is that a call we have coming in? Let me see if that is a call. Good afternoon, Lettre. Good afternoon. Are you going to contribute? What you think? Hold on one second. Did you call the WhatsApp line, the 725-1700? Oh, you call my number. Okay, so let me just put you on as you there. But next time you call WhatsApp 725-1700. So go ahead, my darling, contribute.
Okay, my boy. Anyways, what I have to say is that the guy said that the doctor asked him to bring sample of the food he'd been eating. So if he brought the sample of the food that he'd been eating, that means it's coming from his house. It's not like coming from anywhere else.
Yes.
But again, we do not know how the food was being prepared in the sense of, was the food sitting at the table waiting for him to come and eat it? Or was she presenting him with the food right off the bat from the pot? There are things that we don't know as to how the food is being presented to him. So with that said, there's no question about who's giving the food. You understand?
Right.
The corporate goes to the wife. That's who's doing it. It's nothing to do with the side chick. It's nothing to do if the food was meant for the side chick. None of those things. Because he specifically said that the doctor said to him to bring samples of the food that he'd been eating. So therefore, I guess he's sticking around, taking a sample of the food that she's giving him and taking it to the doctor to get it tested. So we know for a fact that it's coming from the wife. All right. Secondly, the wife has something to gain if she's doing that, right? Because to be poisoning somebody with that means she can be poisoning him slowly. It could be maybe 6 months ago she started doing it, and it could have been that he felt funny. That's why he went for the physical or the checkup to go and see what is wrong with him. There are many things that we don't know the answers to, but at the end of the day, for him to be feeling funny, going to the doctor and get a physical done to see what's the cause of him feeling that way, there's no question about that. And then they find out that he was being poisoned by that, being slowly poisoned, in other words. So it could have taken maybe a year. We don't know how much of it the poison that she's putting into the food. That's what the question is. Because if she was bringing a big high dosage, then you would have been dead already. But if you put in like little slow, like a little shuttle table, whatever, spoon or whatever, where she's poisoning him, whatever the case is, she's trying to extend it to a period of time. Whereas if he dies, then they're going to be like, oh, cause of death, natural causes. You understand what I'm saying to you? So we have to look at it that way, because for a woman to be doing that such a thing is because she has something to gain from it. So that's why I'm wondering if it have to do with his life insurance. And he never said if you have a life insurance either. He never put those things
he didn't put those things out, and that would be very pertinent to the matter at hand.
Exactly. We don't know those things.
So here's a question Anissa asked. Anissa asked, but does the wife eat her food and does she have any symptoms? That's a question. That's a good question.
Yes, but again, we don't know how the food is being presented to him, as I just said to you. Because you know how some women put the food on the table, cover it up for the man, and the man come and eat it later in the evening, right? Because he's out and about, he's at work, he's whatever, right? So we don't know those things. That's what I'm saying here. If it is that he's coming from the pot and she not seeing him eating, like he not eating at the same time with her, then all of those things again, he didn't write those things, so we don't know those things, right?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna go by judgment of what he's saying. He brought the food to the doctor. The doctor checked the food out, and the food had the poison. That's all we know.
Yep.
So, and then the man said it's showing up in his blood. So at the end of the day, it is showing that she's poisoning him.
Okay, so how much do you lean to the possibility that it may be an accidental poisoning, maybe through the water sources, or even the type of utensils that they use, the pans and stuff?
If it's accidentally, it wouldn't be something that is consistent. Okay, the fact that it's in his blood already, that's when it's already consistent right there. And then secondly, the fact that he brought the food that he was eating to the doctor get tested, and it still pop up with that on there, that is consistency. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because she don't know that he's taking the food to get tested. That's the whole point. We have to know that. She does not know that he's been getting the food tested. So she don't know that she's being put on the bus. Now, my other thing is that why doesn't the doctor call the police? Because that's an offense.
That's exactly that is his duties. The same way in a case where if an underage child comes to get pregnant, it's obligated to report that.
Because you have the evidence in your hands as a practice doctor. It's your right to tell the police what's going on, because the man may not know what's happening to him, and you have the proof in your hands. Because if this man suddenly died, and then they're going to say, oh, she goes for the life insurance, for example. What are the cause of death? Poisoning. She's still going to go to jail for it. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. So the fact that he never called the cops and he have it in his hands and say, oh, I don't know if I should have her arrested. He's questioning, like, what should he do next? That makes no sense right there. Because if somebody's trying to harm you, you cannot sit around and say, oh, maybe I'll give her a chance this time around. Maybe she might change. No. You have to throw under the bus right now because it's showing in your blood already. And the doctor self has to do his due diligence and say that, you know what, let's call the cops, let's get the police involved to investigate this, as to see where the poison is coming from and how it's being brought into the food.
Agreed.
Because as you're saying, if it's coming from like sources of, maybe she cooked the food with barrel water or whatever, water she boiled the food in or whatever, right? We don't know. Again, we don't know where she's cooking the food. If it's in Lucia, or if it's in America, or if it's in England, where she's cooking the food. We don't know those things. So we cannot say, okay, she's using tap water for say, right? We can't say she's using drum water either. But whatever the source is, let the police do their job and investigate where it's coming from.
Agreed.
If she's innocent or she's not.
Agreed. All right, my darling.
So there's other thing that the guy have to do, put there. Let the cops do their job, put them involved in the situation, because if, let's say, if he was getting the food tested again, right? Test it this time around this week and he's come up with the thing. And then talk to the wife and get it tested again the second time around. Then he can say, you know what? She changed her mind about poisoning him, or the poison stopped. You know what I tell you? That's the thing that he has to do too. Talk to the woman about it and see her reaction, and then go and check the food again the next 2 weeks again and see how the food is going to turn out. But don't eat the food from the house anymore.
Agreed.
That's my take.
All right. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Folks, we're going into a break right now. And remind you that Lettre is brought to you by our friends over at Fruitsy CMOS. You know what they say.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsy CMOS?
Boy, that CMOS makes you score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsy CMOS? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsy CMOS is full of natural goodness your body needs. CMOS is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. CMOS is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Bralais.
And that's what they say about Fruitsy Seamos. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsy Seamos, you know what they say. Our rivers are St. Lucia's lifeblood, but litter is choking them. Together, we can keep them clean, protect our rivers, secure our water, secure our future.
Sunrise Airways is connecting the OECS. Fly to and from Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Dominica, St. Kitts, and Antigua with seamless onward connections. Enjoy competitive fares and the best in travel. Book now at sunriseairways.net or with your travel agent. Sunrise Airways, One Caribbean. We fly to connect people. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Sunrise Airways.
One Caribbean. Not for profit charity, but for service we can handle your financial business. Alone that you need, they can assist. No other credit union can do it like this. Get your contactless Visa card ASAP. Need some cash, just tap. Online services, download the app. No waiting in line, just tap. Safest way to secure your money. Solutions Workers Credit Union, Paese, put in workers first. That's what we do. The SLUWCU, yeah.
Black Friday is coming. Get up to 40% store-wide.
Yeah, right. 40% off store-wide.
You heard it right. Get up to 40% off anything with a price tag. Let me double check my notes to make sure I'm doing this ad right. Oh wait, I read right. Up to 40% store-wide.
Even the tiny little air freshener that smells like burnt sugar?
Yes.
Even batteries?
Yes. Even the hand tools, tires, polish, and paint. You name it, it's on sale. Up to 40% off everything. Don't miss the sale at Automotive Art. Black Friday, up to 40% off everything. I'm heading there right now.
Nothing says Christmas is coming like a crazy blowout pre-season sale at Casabella. Shop now and save up to 60% off everything store-wide. Bath sets, mats and shower curtains, towels and bedsheet sets, up to 60% off. Living room curtains and curtain rods, comforters, quilt, up to 60% off. Wall clocks, doormats and rugs, folding as well as coffee tables, mirrors, vases, coolers, and more. Don't wait for the last-minute rush. Shop now and save up to 60% off on all houseware and home appliances. Only at Casabella, located in Castries and Baywalk Mall, Rodney Bay.
Sale starts Thursday, October 23rd.
I had a dream that I, Santa, will be giving away amazing gifts this Christmas at Europa Hardware in Massad Grosley. I saw a Karcher pressure washer, a vacuum cleaner, steel brush cutters, Metabo power tools, even a welding machine, tile cutter, and Leo water pump. Just spend $500 or more between now and December 19, 2025. And your name and number goes into the box to be drawn. Christmas couldn't be better. Only Europa is making things so merry. Ho, ho, ho. It's not a dream, it's a fact. Shop at Europa Hardware. Call us at 452-0763. Europa, we service what we sell.
When the rain stops, what remains? St. Lucia's dry season is becoming harsher and water is running out faster than ever before. Every drop is precious, but without careful management, we risk losing it all. We must act now. Conserve water every day. Fix leaks. Store rainwater. And use only what you need. Wasco is working on securing our water, but we can't do it alone. Your actions today ensure a better tomorrow. Together, we can weather the dry season and work towards a future with water for all. Water is life. Secure our water and secure our future. For more information, visit wascosindlucia.com.
How to vote at general elections in St. Lucia. To vote is your constitutional right. Over the next few minutes, the Electoral Department will share with you how to vote on Election Day. All polling stations will be sanitized prior to polling day and after. On Election Day, polling stations must be open at 6:30 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. Once your name is on the voters list, all efforts will be made to ensure that you cast your vote. You can vote with your national identification card. If you do not have a national ID card, you can vote with any photo ID such as a driver's license, passport, or any other photo ID which will allow you to be identified to the satisfaction of the presiding officer. Safety tips and all other election signage will be posted inside and outside the polling stations. No electronic devices, that is, cell phones, cameras, tablets, smart devices, example smart watches, will be allowed in the polling station. How to vote on election day. The electors approach the polling station. As the elector approaches the polling station, an assistant poll clerk outside verifies the elector's name and directs him or her to the correct polling station. The poll clerk invites the elector into the polling station and asks the elector to present his or her national identification card or photo IDs, such as a driver's license or passport. The elector is asked to deposit all electronic devices in a basket next to the presiding officer. The poll clerk announces loudly the elector's name and registration number as it appears on the voters list. The presiding officer, poll clerk, and agents verify the elector's name on the voters list and draw a line across the verified information. The assistant poll clerk verifies the information using the electronic device. Before the presiding officer issues the elector a ballot paper, the officer examines the hands and fingers of the elector to ascertain whether the elector has not voted previously. If there is no indelible ink on the right index finger up to the cuticle, the elector is processed. The presiding officer administers the indelible ink on the right index finger or the next available finger if there is no index finger. The presiding officer explains the voting process to the elector and instructs the elector on the correct way to mark and fold the ballot. The presiding officer issues a ballot paper to the elector and informs him or her that only the pencil provided for voting to mark his or her ballot must be used. When the elector has marked and folded his or her ballot as was instructed, the elector returns to the presiding officer and shows the presiding officer his or her initials on the folded ballot paper. Once the presiding officer is satisfied that this is the same ballot that was issued, the voter will place the ballot in the ballot box in the presence of the presiding officer. The poll clerk will mark voted in the poll book, and the assistant poll clerk will flag the elector as voted on the electronic device. The elector is asked to collect all his or her belongings and exit the polling station.
And we're back with Lettre for today, Wednesday, November 26, 2025. I'm your host, Miguel Fevrier. I'm going to read that letter one more time for those of you who've just tuned in, and reminding you, you can call our landline 452-3046 or my WhatsApp number 725-1700 in the absence of our own RCI WhatsApp 724-0008. We're having some issues at this present moment. So, of course, we're not going to deny you that opportunity to contribute to your favorite Wednesday program. So I'm going to read that letter one more time, and so that those who just tuning in can get it. And it reads, Dear Migs, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing because I am facing an extremely painful and confusing situation, and I truly need your advice. I have been married for over 30 years, and during that time, my wife has been a remarkable partner. One of the things I've always admired most about her is her incredible skill in the kitchen. Her cooking is so exceptional that it led to the creation of a very successful restaurant chain. I've always been proud of her talent and dedication. Remind you that we've changed some of the information, but not those that are central to the plot here. Recently, however, I went for a routine medical checkup and the results left me shaken. My doctor found unusually high levels of arsenic in my blood. He asked me to bring samples of the foods I regularly eat, and after testing them, he presented me with clear evidence suggesting that my wife may be the one responsible for the contamination. I cannot begin to explain how devastating this has been. The thought that the person I have trusted for decades, the woman I built a life with, could be harming me is almost unbearable. I am torn between going to the police and reporting what seems to be a serious crime, or confronting her directly and trying to understand how and why this could be happening. At the same time, and I say this with shame and confusion, the idea of her being imprisoned and the possibility of never tasting her cooking again, Voas, leaves me even more conflicted. I do not know if I am thinking clearly or if shock and fear are clouding my judgment. This situation is pulling me in two opposite directions, and I feel completely lost. Should I confront her? Should I go straight to the authorities? Is there some other approach I am not seeing? That's all to you. I would be grateful for your honest guidance on what steps I should take next. Thank you for taking the time to listen. And my boy Greg, Gripper Greg, good afternoon to you. He says, Migs, that caller is correct. And we're speaking about my last caller. He says the woman wouldn't be putting a big dose because it would be evidence that she is doing it. But small doses wouldn't make it suspicious because she can say he eating out. What eating? He should just take it to test every time instead of eating. Lifetime movies teach them a lot. So I'm to 48 hours, my brother. Now, here's something I noted here as well. And when you would have heard me read earlier about what can cause you to or what can cause tests to determine or detect traces of arsenic in your blood and the levels of arsenic in your blood. There is another thing that hasn't been considered. Did he display any of the symptoms associated with arsenic poisoning? Because he did state it was a regular checkup with his doctor. So let me just look at the symptoms of arsenic poisoning. Abdominal pain, nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, sore throat, abnormal heart rhythm, low blood pressure, pins and needles or feeling in your fingers and toes, red, swollen skin. I wonder if that's for people who are not of our melanated complexion. Garlic odor in your breath and body tissues. So you hear that? Symptoms of arsenic poisoning: abdominal pain, nausea and vomiting, diarrhea, cough, chest pain, shortness of breath or dyspnea, sore throat or pharyngitis, abnormal heart rhythm or arrhythmia, low blood pressure or hypotension, pins and needles feeling in your fingers and toes, red swollen skin, or garlic odor in your breath and body tissues. Now, my brother, you wrote to us, but you have not indicated whether you have experienced any of those symptoms. They do say long-term exposure can cause skin pigmentation changes, warts and lesions, hard patches on the palms of your hands and soles of your feet, white lines on your nails, persistent sore throat, and constant digestive issues. So let me check on our Facebook soldiers there right now, and let me see what they are saying. And £1 says, boy, these days African movies take over Lifetime movies. Anissa says, Sim says, so a customer who is eating the food not getting sick, who knows how many people getting poisoned. To be running a restaurant, the public would be endangered. Now, folks, we did change a bit of the information, the unimportant information surrounding the situation. So when we talk about the fast food restaurant chain, that is not exactly a fact. We just changed it so that we would not look to identify anyone, because again, as we said, this is still speculation, and the gentleman believes, and he says the doctor said to him, and we don't want to be even if it is not the person who is related to that matter, we don't want to be casting aspersions and just thinking or going here and there and just looking over your shoulders and thinking that maybe it's this restaurant or that restaurant. So we don't want to be unfairly putting anybody's business in trouble. The gentleman in this letter did, of course, not give enough detail regarding that matter with his wife for us to form an informed conclusion or assumption or perspective of the situation that's going on. Let me just remind you, folks, it's 725-1700 is the number to call on WhatsApp, or 452-3046. Yeah, and we are taking your calls. I'm just responding to a message from one of our contributors. Yeah, so the situation is a man is of the belief that he has been poisoned or is being poisoned actively by his wife. According to his doctor's information, he found trace levels of arsenic in his bloodstream, and remind you that was through a regular checkup. So there are many questions in the absence of information from this contributor that we must ask. Lancy says if it's the water, they both would be poisoned. Well, Lancy, that's the next thing. He's done his checkup. Has she? Just in the interest of those who may be arguing that it may be an accidental arsenic poisoning, has she done a checkup? Are there trace levels in her blood as well? It's all right to say that she could be poisoning him. What if she's poisoning herself as well, albeit inadvertently? Mind you, folks, the number to call is 452-3046, 725-1700. Our question to you is, what would you do if your doctor told you that your spouse, your girlfriend or boyfriend or long-term partner has been poisoning you over a particular period? Kelvin says she's trying to kill Ikwe. Blackman says the old school Lucian men had their techniques on seeing if their wife and side pieces gave them any food with poisoning. Blackman, tell us more. Tell us more. How do you do that so I can learn? I'll learn to know if anyone is poisoning me. Lucan, good afternoon to you. I see you comment. Lucan said the fella brought his lunch bag to the doctor. Anissa says that I was earlier, I think, when our caller called. She says, my lady, if she wants him dead, it's because she's tired of him. Why not just leave or make it quick? I think a lot of people watch too many of those documentaries and they get ideas. So, folks, what do you think? Police or not? Confront or not? What? Those of you on the Facebook Live, those of you who are watching, who are joined to our WhatsApp, tell me, what should he do? Should he go to the police in the first instance, give a warning, and say he suspects so? Should the doctor who told him that he believes he's being poisoned, should he or she have reported it? Somebody says the doctor had warned the man wife, so he just try and push the man away from her. But he's never admitted or said he's experienced any symptoms associated with arsenic poisoning. Seven to 1700. That number is only for today, folks. So don't message it tomorrow or when I leave the studio expecting me to respond or anyone from RCI to respond. It's just that we're experiencing technical difficulties with our 724-0008 number. So I can't leave you out in the dark or the cold or the shade. You need to come where it's hot, hot, hot. Kevin says the man life in danger. He still want to have his cake and eat it. I think the woman tie the writer. What do you say, folks? You think he tied the writer? She tied the writer. Did you really ring the pen? Really ring the? Did you ring it and eat the macaroni pie? Big up Cupid to make the man say I do. I do. Anissa says police immediately because if it's not his wife, extensive investigations need to be done. Totally copied. Totally agreed, my girl. Sim said, no cold here, only rain. You in Canada? Well, come down, my girl. Come down, Sim. Come on. Mandate Monday is this Monday. Come down and vote, my girl. Vote for Flabo, vote for Labour. Vote for Nova, vote for Independent. Just come down and vote. Doesn't matter who you vote for. Just don't spot. Well, it does matter who you vote for, but come down and vote. Participate in the process. Leave nothing to chance. Yeah, Blackman, good question. What if your shabin tried poisoning your soup? How would you react? I know you have a thing for the shabins. So will you just take it lying down? Pardon the pun. Would you go to the police? Would you confront her? All right, we'll be right back with Lettre.
And my girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos, eh?
Partner, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos?
My girl, you know what they say about Fruitsissimos?
Boy, that Simos makes me score runs, you know.
So what do the experts say about Fruitsissimos? Apart from tasting great, Fruitsissimos is full of natural goodness your body needs. Simos is good for your skin, rich in vitamins and minerals, promotes and improves intimacy, boosts your immune system and lung function, suppresses appetite and increases weight loss, anti-inflammatory, and helps to improve blood count. Simos is rich in nutrients, which boosts your metabolism and increases energy levels, and is grown, harvested, and manufactured right here in the community of Prague.
And that's what they say about Fruitsissimos. Unless you say something else.
Fruitsissimos, you know what they say.
Every bed in our hospitals tells a story of someone's mother, someone's brother, someone's friend. And when that story of care is complete, it's time for the next chapter, home. But too often, discharged patients are left waiting hours, days, weeks, sometimes months, not because they want to stay, but because no one comes. We understand life gets busy, but every extra day they wait means another patient, perhaps in pain, perhaps in crisis, can't get the bed they desperately need. So when the call comes that your loved one is ready, please be ready too. Pick them up, bring them back to the comfort of family, where healing truly continues. Because caring doesn't end at discharge, it continues with you. A message from the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs.
Getting brand new quality tires and rims for your vehicles have never been so easy. Tire Zone in the blue building next to the VG roundabout sells tires for motorcycles for as low as $180. What? But that's not all. Tire Zone also stocks tires for all types of vehicles, including 13-inch for as low as $99, 14-inch starting from $150, 15-inch starting at $185, 16-inch for as low as $195, and 17-inch starting from only $200. Why buy used tires when you can get quality brand new tires for such low prices at Tire Zone? Visit us in the blue building next to the VG roundabout or call 452-1313, 486-4459 or 724-5996. Again, 452-1313, 486-4459 or 724-5996. Email us at tirezone.slu@gmail.com. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Tire Zone.
Trends may come and go, fashion fades, but a jewel exudes radiance that transcends time. Anthony's Jewelry invites you to leave the mundane and heed the call of luxury, offering the widest selection of handcrafted gold, silver, and stainless steel pieces, customized to perfection for every celebration and occasion. Choose from a variety of services, including air piercing, jewelry appraisals, servicing, and the best restoration and repair available on island. Visit one of our branches conveniently located on Bridge Street, Castries, and at the Baywalk Mall, Rodney Bay. Anthony's Jewelry. Your treasure, our pleasure.
With outlets from Gros Lake to Soufriere, WMart is indeed your community shop, giving you the best prices and widest variety. We've got everything you need: chicken, turkey, beef and pork, saltfish, pigtail, ham, all in stock, delicious franks, nuggets, cheese and fries. Prices you can't beat and quality for sure. With 9 locations island-wide, WMart is your one-stop family meat shop. WMart, small store, big convenience.
WMart.
In 2021, our country was hurting. The economy had contracted. Unemployment was at its highest. Nearly half of our young people were without work, and the spirit of our people was tested. But then, leadership that made people its priority stepped forward. From the moment he took office in July 2021, the Prime Minister got to work, establishing a minimum wage, removing income tax for workers earning under $4,000, and investing in the youth, unemployment fell to its lowest level in history. Pensions increased. Universal health coverage began taking shape. Families got back on their feet, and hope returned to our communities. Now it's time to move forward together.
What if the next drop is the last? St. Lucia is facing longer, more intense dry spells, and our water sources are drying up. And when the rains come, they come harder and faster, damaging our homes and disrupting our water supply. But we can change the outcome. By conserving water and protecting our sources, every small action adds up. WASCO, working in collaboration with the Water Resource Management Agency, is committed to securing our water future. But we need your help. Together, we can protect our water, our health, and our future. One small step can make a big impact. Let's secure our water and secure our future. For more information, visit wascostlucia.com.
What's on your wish list this year?
A family staycation.
A shopping spree.
Surprise me. 'Tis the season of surprises. You could win a tech bundle, family staycation, US $1,000 cashback, or US $500 Amazon voucher. Simply use your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit card or Visa debit card for a minimum spend of US $100 or more. Learn more at www.cibccaribbean.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Winners Chow Mein, the preferred choice, offers quality regular chow mein and a variety of flavors, including carrot, spinach, beetroot, split pea, lentils, and whole wheat, all made from fresh ingredients. Also, try our ready cut and elbow macaroni made from 100% Durham wheat semolina with no additives. The health choice. Our products cook totally al dente. It's the choice of every kitchen. Available at all leading supermarkets and other locations island-wide. Man, choose Winners. The ultimate difference.
U.S. Polo Association is celebrating 15 years in St. Lucia. Our anniversary sale is here with amazing savings for men, ladies, and kids. Shop polos, denims, dresses, shoes, and more. All at the prices you love. Celebrate with us at U.S. Polo Association, Baywalk Mall, and Castries stores and enjoy authentic style for the entire family. 2 stores, 1 iconic brand, and 15 years of fashion you love. The celebration starts October 15th only at U.S. Polo Association. Live authentic.
The countdown for the holidays has already begun, and everything you need to redecorate your home for Christmas is available from today at Casabella. Up to 60% off. Blenders and electric kettles, AM, FM radios, and a wide variety of kitchenware. Up to 60% off. Plates and non-stick pans, baking dishes, 4-piece dining set, mugs, glasses, and more. Up to 60% off. Bluetooth speakers for any occasion. Fans, a wide variety of chairs and stools, bins, and lots more. It's our pre-Christmas blowout sale. Shop now and save up to 60% off on all houseware and home appliances. Only at Casabella, located in Castries and Baywalk Mall, Rodney Bay. Sale starts October 24th.
And as usual, the Shabin's taking offense to some of the comments under the live. Lancy says, Shabin's capoeira. Anissa says, too much. The question is, do they deserve it? Shabins are not for the weak. I wonder if it's a Shabin that poisoning the man. I highly suspect so, I very highly suspect so. Folks, we're down to the final 15 minutes of Lettre for today, October 20. October is I don't want the year to end, man. November 26, 2025. Wednesday, that it. Once it's a Wednesday, you're right here. You're right here on Lettre. Sim say bills. Of course, guys, bills have to get paid, my girl. Bills have to get paid. While hitting the Shabins, they are the sweetest cherries, no sour grapes. Yeah. Black man, they want to taste coffee, so your next relationship is if a shabbing, you're just a messenger. Oh yeah, people try and they say leave the shabbings alone, leave the shabbings alone. Kevin's the man life in danger, my brother. The man life in danger, and he want to know whether he should go to the police or not. What would you do? And he says, "Say we need a shabbing day for Lettre because the guys have too much." Let me tell you something. To me, every Wednesday is a shabbing day. Because to me, every time they write about something, somebody have an experience and they always pinpointing and saying it's a shabbing that involved in that. It's not fair. It is not fair. It is not fair. Put the shabbings down. Drop their shit, as the young people say. Drop their shit. Folks, so the question is today, what would you do if your doctor told you that your wife was trying to poison your tutu? What would you do? And our writer today says that on a regular medical checkup, his doctor indicated to him that there were levels of arsenic in his blood. I assume that that's what he said was in his blood. And he had to bring in samples of the food that he eats. So the man, before even bringing the samples, the man already is of the belief that his wife is the one doing it because it's her food he eating. Didn't take into account there are other factors which may lead to no doctors, no scientists around there. Instead of reading up things online and watching 48 hours and these things, tell us, those who are into what do you call it? What's the medical, the scientific term for people who study poison, and well, I think blood is hematologists, but those who study poisons and these kind of things, tell us, can that really be, can there be sufficient levels in someone's bloodstream for it to be an accidental poisoning via arsenic? I really wonder. So folks, the man wants to know what to do. What to do. Alice, I see you reached late. You say you missed the letter. The letter is a man on a regular checkup to his doctor learns that he may or may not be currently being poisoned by his wife. For how many years? And he says he still likes her cooking. Even if it's in her cooking, he still likes her cooking, but he wants to know what to do. The number to call are 725-1700 or 452-3046. We're down to our last 10 minutes here on Lettre for today, Wednesday, November 26, 2025. I'm going to read that letter one more time for Alice, who just said she missed that letter. And here it goes. I remind you, folks, you have just about 10 minutes to call 452-3046, 725-1700. The letter reads, Dear Migs, I hope, this letter finds you well. I am writing because I am, you see, y'all hear in my belly, man, that rumbling, boy. It's like a volcano. Wait, anyway, back to the letter. I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing because I am facing an extremely painful and confusing situation, and I truly need your advice. I have been married for over 30 years, and during that time, my wife has been a remarkable partner. One of the things I have always admired most about her is her incredible skill in the kitchen. Her cooking is so exceptional that it led to the creation of a very successful restaurant chain, of course, changed. I have always been proud of her talent and dedication. Recently, however, I went for a routine medical checkup and the results left me shaken. My doctor found unusually high levels of arsenic in my blood. He asked me to bring samples of the foods I regularly eat, and after testing them, he presented me with clear evidence suggesting that my wife may be the one responsible for the contamination. Operative word here, suggesting. I cannot begin to explain how devastating this has been. The thought that the person I have trusted for decades, the woman I built a life with, could be harming me is most unbearable. I am torn between going to the police and reporting what seems to be a serious crime, or confronting her directly and trying to understand how and why this could be happening. At the same time, and I say this with shame and confusion, you should be ashamed, my brother, because you're confused. The idea of her being imprisoned and the possibility of never tasting her cooking again leaves me even more conflicted. I do not know if I am thinking clearly or if shock and fear are clouding my judgment. I can answer that for you. This situation is pulling me in two opposite directions, and I feel completely lost. Should I confront her? Should I go straight to the authorities? Is there some other approach I am not seeing? I can tell you what you're not seeing. I would be grateful for your honest guidance on what steps I should take next. Thank you for taking your time to listen. You're most welcome, my brother. So, folks, what are you saying? Alice, you hear it now. What are you saying? Sim says, talk to his wife. Based on her response, take the next step. Call the popo. But the important point was raised up earlier. If the doctor is suggesting as such and he suspects such, it is his duty as a medical practitioner to go to the authorities. The same way, if an underage girl comes into the hospital pregnant, it is the duty of the nurses, the doctors, social services to report those matters to the authorities. So I am saying now that the doctor himself, although there is a caveat, because the doctor did tell him to bring in the food that he has been testing, that he's been eating, so that they could test it. And let me see what it says. It says here, he asked me to bring samples. Oh, yes, after testing them. So he did actually test the food. So he did test the samples of the food and determined that there was arsenic, trace levels of arsenic in there. The question still remains, is it the wife? Can he be falsely accusing his wife for so many decades that he loves her? She has shown that he loves him according to him. Can it not be in the water that they're ingesting? Where does she get the water from to cook? The materials, the pans that she uses to cook. All these things, I believe, can contribute to the detection of levels of arsenic in your body. And like I said, we don't want folks looking at anybody down here and saying, hey, that person can be a murderer or poisoner, someone who poisoned someone. So we will not identify the players at stake here, their businesses, and we'll not make it easy to identify. But we want no discrimination, especially in the absence of evidence and fact to support this writer's claim. So remind you, it's just a letter for you to weigh in. What would you do if you learned or suspected that your spouse was poisoning you? Men, especially, because y'all know y'all doing y'all things out there, and sometimes it coming back on y'all, and y'all figure, hey boy, why that happened to me? And all the time, you know that the person was plotting to make sure that they give you a dose of something to make you understand yourself. Folks, 5 minutes, just a little under 5 minutes left to go. Well, in fact, just a little under 4 minutes left to go before I say goodbye for today, the last Wednesday for the month of November. And folks, reminding you once again, next Monday is Mandate Monday, where you have the opportunity to give the mandate to the political party of your choice to see or determine who will form the next government. Folks, make the right choice. Make the right choice. Think of yourself. Think of your parents, your grandparents, your friends, your neighbors, and more importantly, your children, your children's future. Make sure you make that right choice. Sim says, Alice says, have a serious conversation. Talk with his wife. 30 years is a very long time. Very, darling. Very. By the way, has he done his wife wrong? That is the question. That is a question, darling Alice, that has not been answered or stated in the letter. Maybe, just maybe next week, he can provide us with more clarification on what the situation was with the wife. but in the meantime, he suspects her of trying to poison him as per his doctor's information. Sim Sim says the way to a man's heart is their belly. That's why she poisoning him slowly. And Alice says she could be innocent. Kelvin's just lying to all of us on Facebook and saying a good thing I'm a sin. I never ever seen Kelvin. Sorry. I would have San Miguel. Yes, Saint Michael, San Miguel, yes. Never would have seen Kelvin. Come again. Wheel and come again, my brother. Wheel and come again. Just a little over a minute left, folks, before I say goodbye. And it was really nice having you, having those of you who commented, who called, who of course spoke and contributed to our Facebook Live, our Facebook soldiers as usual. I will not take any much more of your time because remind you folks that the season is on, so the parties have all their bad songs there for the campaign trail. So we're going to have that on a little later today. Of course, the red segment in our case. I know what Flubbo's calling themselves because you all know where I stand. But listen to the music from the artists, enjoy yourself, get it good, but make sure you go out on Monday and vote. It doesn't matter where you're voting for in terms, but make sure you go out and vote. But what matters is the reason you're making that decision for yourself, for your families, for your children. So, folks, this is where I say goodbye. Thank you, my darling Sim Sim. I shall get home safely. Thank you for all of you for tuning in. And it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful being here. Love you all. Love you all. I'll see you next week.
Every day, St. Lucian women give everything to their families